So you're thinking about moving to Las Vegas and you're considering Regency at Summerlin as a final destination. You know, that great over 55 community that is made up of modern single-story homes that's gated. You're considering that location, but you want to know where it sets up on the map. You want to know how to get in and out of the neighborhood. You want to know the fastest way to the airport. Where do you shop? Where's the entertainment? Where do you get gas? And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video today. We're going to jump on Google Maps and we're going to go all over town and we're going to let you know exactly what everyday life is going to be like once you move to Regency. And if you stick with me to the end, I'm going to show you some back ways into the Strip that only locals know about. Believe me, you don't want to spend a lot of time going the way everybody thinks you go. There's some back ways where it's easy to get in and out. And at the end of this video, we're going to go over that. So stick with me. We're going all in on Regency and Summerlin map tour right now. If this is your first time to the channel, and you want to know everything there is to know about moving to Las Vegas, living in Las Vegas, and making your best life once you get here, then smash that subscribe button. Hit it with that mouse. Tap the bell for notifications. You'll be the first to know about market conditions here in Las Vegas. I love this city, and I love living here, and I think you will too. Every day we get calls and emails from people just like you looking for help making their move here, and we absolutely love it because helping people is what we do. So whether you're moving here next month or next year, it doesn't matter. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, schedule a Zoom call with us so that we can get to know each other. All of our information is in the description below. And that way our team will get started helping you make that easy, pain-free move to this great city of Las Vegas, Nevada. As I mentioned, we're jumping on Google Maps today, so you can get a real feel for where Regency at Summerlin sits on the map in relationship to the rest of the city. We're jumping on Google Maps right now. Okay, folks, here we are. We're at Regency in Summerlin, and like I said, we're tucked away right up in the southwest corner of the Las Vegas Valley, right in the very southwest corner of Summerlin. These are modern single-story homes. They're built by Toll Brothers, and this is the first adventure into the over 55 communities for Toll Brothers. I think they did a great job. I think they knocked it out of the park. They started in 2016, and they just finished recently. I recently sold one of their last model homes and sold a resale in there. One was to a remote worker from California, and the other was a retired person from Pennsylvania. They both love this neighborhood. Let's zoom out just a little bit. I want you to see where we are in relationship to the rest of the valley. Let's zoom out. And as you can see, we are right here in the very southwest corner. In fact, what I want you to do, I'm going to turn on the layers map here. I want you to see the topography of how Las Vegas sits because we don't have a lot of space. I remember when I first moved here attending a seminar, and they said that in the future you're going to notice that we're going to run out of land here in Las Vegas, and it's kind of getting that way. The new development is only really taking place in large numbers down here in Enterprise and up along 95. There is some infill. There's still 30% of Summerlin that's not developed, so there's still new development going on in there, but much of the interior is already built out. And as you can see here, we're sitting in kind of a bowl surrounded by mountains. Millions of years ago, we were underwater, and this bowl is kind of higher on the west side and lower on the east side. It's a kind of a bowl that tilts one way. And Regency at Summerlin is right down here in this lower left corner, the southwest corner of the valley. And as you can see here, it's tucked up right against these desert foothills. And so if you've seen in the other videos, it looks like we're walking around in a mountain resort because of the proximity of these great foothills. And then you've got these beautiful multi-million-dollar homes in the cliffs to the west here, and it's just a beautiful, scenic place to live, hang out, and enjoy life. I love kind of zooming out because Las Vegas is such a great place to live in general. The day trips alone are fun. I mean, you've got Death Valley, Lake Havasu, Grand Canyon. It's really a fun place to go. Valley of Fire, Bryce Canyon are great places to hike. Mesquite up to the north. If you're a golfer, you need to make sure to get to Mesquite at Wolf Creek. It is such an amazing course if you're a golfer. Also, if you're a thrill seeker and want to jump out of a plane, you can do that in Mesquite as well. It's right on the border of Nevada and Utah, and it's very scenic. Once you get past Mesquite, there's a little strip of Arizona that sticks in, and there's a canyon. You've got to experience that. So it's a great day trip to go up there. Pahrumps, not in Clark County, but it's right next to Clark County, and they have an interesting winery and a racetrack for people that like to drive fast cars right in Pahrump. So that's an interesting place to visit, and there's some other interesting things about Pahrump as well. Overnight trips might include Sedona or Phoenix or San Diego. You're just close to all of these places, and one of the things I love about Las Vegas is that it's easy to get in and out of. So we're sitting here in the corner of the valley, and now mind you, these destinations are minutes from, you're just minutes from everywhere in Las Vegas. The valley is only 28 miles deep and 26 miles across. It's not a big place. If you're coming from a big city, that it might take a long time just to get anywhere. In Los Angeles, it might take you an hour to get to the grocery store, is what I've been told. Here, we're talking just about a few minutes. We get a little spoiled where 15 minutes is now a long time to get to drive to the grocery store. And unfortunately, because you're in this southwest part of the valley, there is a Smith's right around the corner from you. There's a convenience store, there's gas right nearby on Hualapai Street, just past Russell. But if you want to get to the nearest Whole Foods, currently the nearest Whole Foods is all the way over here by the Fort Apache and Rampart. And that's about a 17-minute drive. The other nearest Whole Foods is into the town center shopping center that's on Las Vegas Boulevard and the 215, and that's about 17 minutes away. So those are the two closest Whole Foods. There is a Trader Joe's in downtown Summerlin, but that is about 15 minutes away. Now they are putting a brand new Whole Foods in downtown Summerlin. So you're just going to be able to take this back road here about 15 minutes and go to downtown Summerlin and get to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. There's also Sprouts. If you went down Hualapai and you're right here on Sahara Avenue between Hualapai and Fort Apache, there's Sprouts. It's kind of not quite as fancy of a Whole Foods. And there's another Sprouts right down off of Rainbow and Flamingo right down in this area here. And so those are your major grocery stores. There are some regular, there's a Smith's that's very close to you in Regency, that's just about 7 minutes away. And there's other regular grocery stores, but those are the main shopping centers. So in terms of malls, the closest mall where you have that kind of multi-store shopping experience is going to be downtown Summerlin, which is great. Downtown Summerlin has high-end shopping. It has great restaurants. It's run by the Howard Hughes Corporation, so everything is kind of upscale and very nice. They've got this fantastic place called the Las Vegas Ballpark where there are Aviators play, and that's our minor league team. But it's literally the nicest minor league ballpark in all of the country, as far as I know. They have swimming pools and special suites and all kinds of activities for families and kids. It's one of the great places to see a minor league ball game here in town, and that's right up in downtown Summerlin. We also have the City National Arena, and that is where our Stanley Cup champion Golden Knights practice. And they have a lot of community events, open skates, youth skating programs there. So it's just a fun place. Downtown Summerlin is just an amazing place. They've got the Red Rock Casino there for that kind of atmosphere if you're looking for that, with restaurants and gaming and all of that, movie theaters. And, and if you're not into going to that side of the valley, you can just as easily get right over here to the 215 and Las Vegas Boulevard for the town center experience, where they also have outdoor malls and movie theaters and entertainment and restaurants and shopping, and it's off of the strip enough to where it's just not that trafficy. It's not a bad place to go at all, and you can get there on the 215. You can also come right up Sunset and turn right into the backside of that mall, and it's just not a bad trip at all. Close in, the development near Regency is amazing. So right at this area here, it's called the Curve or the Bend. We've got a giant IKEA store. I think I've got a little bit of footage on IKEA, and they just finished this incredible Durango Resort and Casino. It's one of the new station projects. It's just finished as the making of this video. They just opened last week. It's brand new, it's shiny, smells good. It's a fun place to go, a lot of restaurants and entertainment there. And this whole south part of the valley is really developing as far as a shopping center. So there's shopping going in here. There's development going on. It's continuing to build out. As you can see, if we go a little bit further to the east, we've got Home Depot and Walmart supercenters. And so there's lots of shopping. You've got the kind of a row of auto dealers here. That's where I take my Ford, but there's also Porsche and Audi and other types of dealers right there. So you can see that there's really shopping all the way around, and wherever you live in Las Vegas, it's fairly convenient to anywhere. However, if you wanted to go all the way to the north, if you wanted to go to, say, Mount Charleston, you're on the south part of the valley, you're going all the way to the north part of the valley. It's going to take 30 to 40 minutes to get to, say, Kyle Canyon if you're going to go up hiking in Mount Charleston, which I highly recommend. It's just a great trip. So if you're living in the north side, you're already there. If you're in the south side, it takes a little longer to get to Mount Charleston. But really, anywhere you go in Las Vegas is convenient compared to most places I've lived in this country. Okay, how do you get to the airport? Well, from here, it's pretty easy. So for a lot of people, I recommend going, if they're on the middle or the other parts of town, I recommend going down Desert Inn and getting on Paradise to get over to the airport. But you're already on the southwest side of town. You're already on the airport side. So I recommend the trip to the airport going down the 215, taking the airport connector off of the 215 and then just coming around and parking in the overnight parking. The thing I love about Las Vegas is how easy it is to get in and out. The airport here is even glitzy and glamorous. I think there's almost 2,000 slot machines in the casino. Even the baggage area is glitzy and glamorous. There's LED all over the place. The advertisements about the Blue Man Group and Showgirls and whoever's in town is showing up on these screens all over the airport. It's really quite exciting. But the most exciting thing about the airport is that when my wheels touch down on the runway, by the time it takes me to go over the tram and pick up my bag in the baggage claim and go pick up my car in the long-term parking or the short-term parking, pick up my car, however long I've been away, maybe it's $80 or whatever, I think it's a bargain. And then I go jump in my car and I'm home and I have my suitcase unpacked in the house under an hour in most cases. And I've never been able to say that about anywhere else I've lived, any big city I've ever lived in. So that's one of the things I love about Las Vegas is the airport. And so right over here, you're sitting in this little area right here and just jump on the 215 right here, come all the way down and you just pick it up right there. And it's very easy to get to. Of course, if you want to get to the Strip, the funny thing is, most of the locals here, we don't hang out on the Strip. We did when we first moved here. If we're not from here, if we first moved here, there was probably a few years where we kind of wanted to explore the Strip and see all that crazy life going on down there. And it is fun to check out every once in a while. But most of the time, the locals don't hang out there. If we go to the Strip, it's because we have a friend in town who's invited us. They say, hey, I'm over at this hotel. Come visit me. Okay. Or there's a special event that we're going to, or a sporting event or some reason where we're going onto the Strip for some reason, but it's just not a place where we go hang out. But we still go there. And so, and you're not far from the Strip here, but if you go the regular way, one way is to go is you could just just like the airport, get on the 215 and get off here at Las Vegas Boulevard and just drive your way down Depending on what time of day that is, that might be a good idea. If it's the evening and the streets are busy and it's nighttime and everybody's out and going to the strip and going to events, it's probably not the best thing. One of my favorite things to do is, depending on where I want to go into the strip, if I want to go on to the south end of the strip, I'll come over here to Hacienda, and I'll come over here and I'll park over at Mandalay Bay. It used to be free. They're probably charging for parking now, but I used to just come right down Hacienda Street and the back way and park into Mandalay Bay and never actually set foot onto the strip with my car. And now it's a little bit more difficult because we have Allegiant Stadium here now. So on game day or event day, it's going to be very trafficy in here. But any other time, it's usually pretty clear going across Hacienda, and it's easy to park into Mandalay. So everything used to be free on the strip. Those days are kind of long gone. I think there's still a few free parking places, but that changes and, varies from time to time. And during events, if they have it free, maybe they turn it, they charge during special events. So it just varies from time to time. The era of, free drinks for anyone who's gambling and $2 prime ribs or shrimp cocktails, that era is gone. But, we have so much more now. So I don't really miss those days too much at all. Another great way to get onto the strip, this is a way that only locals know, is from here, you have to make your way to the north. So you want to get up to Desert Inn some way and get down to Desert Inn. And you can do it either going down Hualapai or any one of these cross streets. But you get over to Desert Inn, and then once you're there, there's a little way to get over here onto Industrial, and you kind of come under the strip here, and you can park right over here at the Fashion Show Mall. And there's usually free parking at the Fashion Show Mall, not always. They have charged for some events. They did during the F1, which was interesting. But you just come down Desert Inn, you get off on this Industrial Drive, and you come down here and you just park right here at the Fashion Show Mall. We park there all the time. In fact, sometimes on really bad weather days, if we want to go walking, we'll just take a walk through that Fashion Show Mall. It's one of the inside malls here that's fun to walk around. And then sometimes on good weather days, we'll just park there and we'll just walk all the way down the strip, maybe to the city center and back. Maybe we'll stop at the Paris Mon Ami, at the nice restaurant at the Paris, and we'll sit on the sidewalk and people watch while we have some lunch, make our way back to the Fashion Show parking garage, pick up the car and get on Desert Inn and go back home. And so actually on the way home, we got to come back over to Spring Mountain. You can't get back on Desert Inn going west, but you come over on Spring Mountain, you can get back home. So if you're in Regency, you would come back this way and it works out just fine. Red Rock Canyon is a day trip that you definitely don't want to miss. There are about 27 different hiking areas in Red Rock Canyon. You just pick it up the same way you would the Spring Mountain Ranch. You're here at Regency, right up here in this corner. You get Fort Apache, you pick up Blue Diamond to 160, and you get on 159. You come all the way around here to the Red Rock Canyon area, and it's just, there's a 13-mile loop you can drive around. It's just a nice scenic drive to drive through. If you're a biker, you can bike that. If you're a hiker, you can stop and hike in. They have very advanced hikes that take 7 hours to go there and back, and you probably need to be a pretty good hiker to do those. But then they have some really easy hikes for people that just want to go a little bit, some are even wheelchair accessible. So when you get a chance, you definitely want to check out Red Rock Canyon. It's one of our treasures. It's a national conservation area. I get my annual senior pass, so we can get in there for free, but you do need to make reservations online. So remember that about Red Rock. You got to make reservations. I think you have to make reservations everywhere these days, at all restaurants. I never assume I can go anywhere without reservations anymore. One of the things that I mentioned in my previous video was this great little community theater. So if you take this road, Fort Apache, from your neighborhood here at Regency and pick up 160 and you drive it all the way around, of course it takes you to Red Rock Canyon, but right in the middle there's this Spring Mountain Ranch State Park, and right here there is a place, there's this Spring Mountain Ranch Theater. And this theater is a community theater. You can volunteer, you can go up in the summer and see plays. I've seen West Side Story, I've seen Neil Simon plays. They made me laugh. It's just a fun place to visit and hang out. It's kind of a picnic environment. You bring blankets. When we went, you could bring your own booze and drinks. And I think they had some snack bars you can buy some things at. Anyway, it's just a fun time for the whole family, and it's just a great place to visit. And that is right on the backside of these desert foothills that you're tucked up against here when you're in Regency. Well, folks, that pretty much sums up our map tour for the day. And I think you have a good idea if you move into Regency at Summerlin, where that sets up in the valley. And as you can see, it's pretty easy to get anywhere. It never takes very long to get anywhere in the valley. Worst case scenario, it's about 45 minutes all the way over to Lake Las Vegas, but that's not really very long either. So it's one of the things I just love about living in Las Vegas. It's easy to get around. So just remember, if this is your first time to the channel, and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Las Vegas, moving to Las Vegas and making your best life once you get here, then smash that subscribe button below and hit that bell for notifications, and you'll be the first to know about the market here in fabulous Las Vegas. My name is Micah Bleecher, and I love living in Las Vegas. I really think you will too. Every day we get calls and emails from people just like you, looking for help making their move to this great city, and we absolutely love it because helping people is what we do. So be sure to give us a call. We don't care if you're moving next week or next year. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, schedule a Zoom meeting with us. All of our information is in the description below, and we'll get the team started helping you make that easy, pain-free move to Las Vegas today. Thank you very much, and I will see you on our next video.